Good evening, good evening. I am still Blue Moony, fantasy writer and shy magical library in human skin. So, tonight might be a little bit of an interesting stream. Let's turn this music down a little as in all the way. We've already got this background music going. Sorry, I didn't realize they were both going at once. Whoops. Hopefully it wasn't too jarring for too long. In any case, the stream this evening. Yes. Well, I did try to write a short story during the week to use for tonight's stream. However, I have felt particularly awful the last few days, and so I didn't actually manage to finish that. I have instead dug out a short story that I wrote roughly 5 years ago, but yes, to my minor despair as I was looking through it, yes, it needs an awful lot of work. And I didn't think I would actually be up to writing tonight. I'm still not sure I am, to be honest. But I could not think of anything to change the stream to at such a last minute point. So I thought we'd still give it a go. If it falls apart, it falls apart. We can pick it up again on another day. Yes, I'm glad my apology counters aren't here yet, because I may apologize several times. I don't like the streams not being sort of, well, polished isn't the word, but pulled together at the very least. You know, I like to be prepared. I know I could have cancelled the stream, but at the moment, sort of the only thing I have vaguely got going for me in building and maintaining such a lovely audience is consistency. And you know, streaming when I say I'm going to stream. So, as I said, we will do our very best. We will do our best. And I beg for your patience with me this evening. So, this particular short story, I wrote the original version for a very, very short story competition, which I decidedly did not win, which will be reasonably obvious when I start going through the piece. But the version we'll be going through is a bit of a later one, because the original short story competition, I think it was 100 words as the limit. And yes, the expanded version is not much better, because yes, I did try to expand on it and make it read better, but it still, you know, maintains the problems of the original 100-word version one, which is it's incredibly abstract in a way that is confusing and feels pointless, as opposed to a way that is artistic. So we'll have quite a few gaps to fill in. Okay, this one, for the first time, I'm probably not going to type the entire thing out first, because the whole thing just needs so much work. So maybe if we just try to, you know, tweak it as we go the first time through, and then just see how we go with it. So I can't remember exactly how I came up with the concept of this, but it was well before the actual short story competition. I think it was vaguely inspired by I was listening to a little Welcome to Night Vale at the time, I haven't listened to all that much of it. I remember enjoying very much what I did listen to, but I don't think I got much further than 20 or so episodes. But I do remember enjoying it very much. And I think I'd started thinking at the time of, maybe trying to write a bunch of short stories sort of set in a town that's, seems fairly normal on the surface and actually is fairly normal underneath. It's just there's a lot of mystical hidden amongst the mundane sort of thing, which you may have noticed by now I'm a bit of a fan of. So I remember having a bunch of ideas for it, but the only ones I remember are the one that I used for this short story, and just friendly young vampires decked out in so much sunblock and sun hats and going door to door looking for blood donations. So I may try to do a short with that at one point. But so this short story, it's Prophetic Baths. I don't know, I guess I just sort of liked the idea of, well, I'm a fan of public baths anyway. I love the onsen in Japan. They're just so lovely. So just the thought of going to the public baths and having a few pleasant visions and that being a sort of major tourist attraction of the town or something. I don't know. The idea appealed to me. Again, I'm not sure exactly where the idea came from. Probably, originally from onsen in Japan, because they're just so lovely. But yes, I can't quite remember how the prophecy got in there. Okay, so yes, I think the problem with this story, well, there's a lot of problems with it, but it's just so, you just barely know what's going on throughout all of it. So I think I need to sort of make prophecy baths clearer from the beginning and then just sort of thread everything else through. Because the idea of this story, given, how much we'll have to work on it as we go, I don't think it's a problem really to give it away as such. A bit difficult to give something away when I am writing it in front of you. But yes, the baths are no longer making particularly fun predictions. Everything is doomsday now, and this person is dealing with the doomsday predictions. And I guess this character is sort of, in general not a very bad person, but not a very good person either, a bit dismissive and self-absorbed and rather like us a lot of the time, I guess. But after having had these visions, I think, it's just starting to click. Maybe I should try to be nicer sometimes. So, let's see how we go. Oh, goodness me. I am sorry in advance. I do not feel very well. I have a little orange juice in a glass here and a small bowl of some, microwave freezer vegetables, which I will probably eat throughout. If the eating noises are not to your liking, I will switch off the microphone when I have a mouthful. Just let me know if it's a problem, and I will see what I can do. Okay, so we start off at the moment with a cold splatter across my cheek, so let's try to keep it simple. And the original version, I just have confusion, but I think given the sort of visions they're having at the moment, we need a bit more of a violent reaction, so... cold splatters across my cheek. I recoil as though I've been shot. Yeah, it doesn't like that. Why don't you like that? Because it's passive. Oh dear, I've been fairly good at steering away from passive, haven't I? I may have to unpassive that soon. Okay, something cold splatters across my cheek. I recoil as though I've been shot. Oh dear. Maybe it should just be, you know, I do think for a second I've been shot. It's still passive, but I think it still sounds a bit better. I use this a fair amount. I sort of like, you know, fractured seconds or split heartbeats or things like that, so they pop up a bit in my writing. If it ever happens too much, if you're reading my novel and it's just too much, let me know and I'll think of something else for a while. As you may remember, I have complained a few times about stories that have the same turn of phrase pop up way too often. As in, you know, it was every few pages. Hopefully this isn't every few page for me. But it's hard to be aware sometimes when it's your own writing. I am too full. Contractions are fine. Still doesn't sound great. Passive, does it? Oh well. Yeah, figure it out. Slowly, calmly, trying not to get too frustrated with past blue. Something cold splatters across my cheek. I recoil for a fractured heartbeat. I'm convinced I've been shot. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, ProWritingAid. That would have been embarrassing had I left it there for too long. Fractured heartbeat and convinced I've been shot. Or maybe make him. That might be a bit much. Egg. Probably not so great. We can also make this guy a little dramatic, maybe. Might be fun. Like that though. Sorry, this is going to take a while, isn't it? It's a good thing we got started fairly quickly. Work better. Probably more of a talking to yourself, so maybe actually have them say this aloud. It's, yep, not blood, by the way. Oh dear, sorry. Wait, no, it is the apostrophe, isn't it? It is. It's an apostrophe. What are you talking about? You're upset no matter which way I do it. splatters across my cheek. I recoil for a fractured heartbeat, unconvinced it's blood. I'm hit. I croak, I've been shot. You haven't been shot. But what was that? I blink. Slowly. Let's just add more in there. This can be a very line by line sort of story. Beads of salted moisture encrust my lashes with each dazed blink. Can't use moisture again, but liquid doesn't sound very good, does it? Moisture, liquid. At least the story can be very sort of line by line when protagonist is having a bit of a moment, which will happen a few times in this very short story. Sorry, I'll just be adding bits and pieces throughout. this one was allowed because, you know, shock, alarm, confusion. But this doesn't have to be out loud, does it? Can add something here. I wrote down a few quick ideas before because I need to sort of get a bit more of a description of the bathhouse a bit sooner. Bathhouse. Orange juice. Very slowly to try to avert disaster. So, brief bathhouse description. Oh dear, we go more traditional Western with tiles and maybe copper taps or something. What kind of tiles? I know it's not important in the grand scheme of things, but it's nice to get a bit of a description going. Why don't you like this? Okay, yes, that sounds better. Ish, I guess. Maybe some sort of plant like a feature wall of hanging ivy or something. Color blossoms. I was thinking about going with stone, but I might go with ceramic. I suppose stone would make it feel a bit more natural, I guess, wouldn't it? Okay, let's just read through to there for a moment. Something cold splatters across my cheek. I recoil, for a fractured heartbeat, unconvinced it's blood. My muscles seize up. Is it seize up? I'll double check it later. I can't move. I'm hit. They got me. I've been shot. You haven't been shot. But if I wasn't, I should probably add something about, accepting common sense or something. I'll get back to that in a sec. But if it wasn't blood, what was it? I blink. Once, twice. My senses shrouded by prescient steam. I'm still aware of the surrounding bathhouse, of copper taps and gleaming stone tiles. So I want copper taps with the stone tiles, or maybe just silver might sound nicer. Silver taps and gleaming stone tiles with the feature wall draped in. Hanging ivy, its tresses dotted with white blossoms. I say aware. There should be another paragraph, shouldn't it? I say aware. I was as aware of the bathhouse. Backspace please. I was aware of the bathhouse, not unlike a trapped fly perhaps is aware of its surroundings when a thirsty spider's approach. I threw down these ideas earlier, just not in any great detail as much. As a trapeze for artist notices anything but that. I'm not sure about using expected, but I'll check that again later. Beads of salted moisture encrust the ceiling above me and my lashes. Each day's blink dampness drips and trickles down my face. Oh, hi Elfie. Hi, just checking in a little while. I'll be returning later if the stream is still going. Yes, I'm not sure how long I'll last, honestly, but the story indeed needs work. But if I run out of steam, appropriate given it's a bath story, we may have to continue another day, but I'm hoping to get it done. Just taking it slow. I hope so much you're well. Oh dear. Where are we? Let's move again up here. Here goes steam. Put it on my face. Probably a bit far away from the splatter on the cheek to be able to just not refer back to it again. Now I need to leave. See you then. Hopefully. Bye bye. Bye bye. Hope whatever you were doing goes very well. Beads of salted moisture encrust the ceiling above me and my lashes. With each dazed blink, dampness drips and trickles down my face. A little early, but we'll leave it there for now. We can always move things around a little later. Beads of salted moisture encrust the ceiling above me and my lashes. With each day's blink, damp drips and trickles down my face. Condensation, I decide shakily. Not blood, just condensation. I was wondering whether to make some sort of, I'm not crying sort of comment here. Maybe. Tears. Condensation beside shakily. Not blood, just condensation. Seems like a lot of times to say condensation, but this guy, I think, is getting a little defensive. The thought anyone, even himself, might be accusing him of crying. How does the jackhammer? My gas-like oxygen has been all but drained from the air. Vindictive. That's too much. How does the jackhammer? I normally prefer to say, prefer metaphors to similes, but this probably sounds a bit too direct. Orange juice. Let's put this in italics so this person is insisting to themselves. Dear. Oh, look, I slipped into past tense. Whoops. Has to be different because I think the next line has to be along the lines of, and I don't like two sentences beginning with but. there's so many different ways you can talk about the heart pounding or hammering. I guess I'm just trying to think of the best way. Not great, but it'll do for now. Visions earlier and just mention it for the first time here. We don't need to say anything about stooping to crying because they're fairly insistent up here that they're not tears. Nothing like that. Not crying, not crying. We can cut out all the butts then. Maybe we can have down, please. Just popping a note down here. Just gonna have some veggies. Let me know if the sound is too much. see how this goes for now. Something cold splatters across my cheek. I recoil. Do we need the I recoil? Something cold splatters across my cheek. For a fractured heartbeat, I'm convinced it's blood. My muscles seize up. I can't move. I'm hit. Got me, I've been shot. Okay, here we go. Let's adjust as we can. How I smell smidgen? Neither do I. What was I thinking? Oh, nyaho to you too, Nekohiko. So lovely to see you. We're giving this a shot. Despite my perhaps not being in the best writing either frame of mind or physical condition, but we're giving it a go. We're giving it a go. We're writing about prophetic baths that are sadly now only predicting the end of times. A little depressing for our protagonist here. But yes, I think I'm going to have them mean to complain when they come out, but they decide against it in the end. Maybe not the display of what I see. It's gonna get cranky with me for having so many short sentences again, isn't it? I like short sentences. Not too many in a row, but they do tend to get the point across fairly well. I've been reading too much Japanese trash novel lately, and I feel like I lost a lot of brain crinkles. Well, I'm not sure this qualifies as much more than trash, but I'll do my best. I love reading them, but I hate it. No, so long as you get enjoyment out of it, I think they're doing their job. Just maybe you might need to mix things up a little bit now and then so you don't hate what you love. Oh dear. Oh dear, I hope you didn't hear how loud my back cracked then. Oh dear. No, I'm still not reading nearly as much as I should. I get most of my reading done on webtoons these days. Hello, something I don't know. Lovely name. Lovely to meet you. I hope so much you're doing well. We're trying to write here. Trying being the operative word, clearly. Dear. Is this because it's passive? It is. I'm sure I managed to write the last 3 pieces without a single line in passive, but it just sort of works here. Lol. Hello. I don't know whether to do fingertips sort of creeping to the cheek or just touching easily. Now we've already got blood and cold as well, so let's just keep it to cheek. If it's not blood, what is it? Something cold splatters across my cheek. For a fractured heartbeat, I'm convinced it's blood. My every muscle seizes up. There we go. My every muscle seizes up. I'm hit. They got me. I've been shot. You haven't been shot. I accept my own common sense without hesitation, and my hypertense body relaxes a smidgen. I can't help. Like touching, prefer, creep. Explore's not the right word. It doesn't give the right sort of tone, does it? I was reincarnated as a scum villain nobleman who was defeated at the early stages of the game, but I didn't want to die, so I became stronger and broke the scenario, and the protagonist got angry with the title is so long. It doesn't even fit. Goodness me. Is that the one you're reading right now? Oh, dearie me. Yes, I've never gotten into these novels. I imagine I would trip over just at the titles. Oh dear. What you writing? I am trying to rewrite a short story about prophetic baths that only predict the apocalypse these days. It used to be sort of a tourist attraction for this town, but it's gone very doomsday and nobody leaves very happy anymore. So it's not much of a tourist attraction anymore. But none of that was particularly clear in the original version, so I'm doing my best to flesh things out a little bit. Something cold splatters across my cheek. For a fractured heartbeat, I'm convinced it's blood. My every muscle seizes up. I'm hit. They got me. I've been shot. You haven't been shot. I accept my own common sense without hesitation. My hypertense body relaxes a smidgen. I can't help it. One fingertip inches to explore my cheek. If it's not blood, what is it? Oh. Seems like Florida. She's writing the reincarnated story of Moonfield Blue. The apocalypse of the end. Oh dear. Oh dear. I still don't like explore. And sadly, probe can only be used under the most specific of circumstances, can't it? All these words just seem sort of too clinical for this situation. Explore and examine. Can't quite think of the right one. I suppose it's always just caress, but it doesn't always give the right. Rub might do. Ooh, sorry, I hit the wrong button. What Apple site are you using? I am using ProWritingAid, which you can use it as the word processor, but it's also very good for telling you stuff about your writing. But I normally don't I try not to pay attention to it too much until I've gotten the first pass written out. Yeah, I've been using it for a while. I paid for a lifetime subscription because I don't like paying month to month, and it was a lot, but it wasn't exorbitant. It's to pay it up. I think there's a free version in the web browser. I'm not sure how much of it is free or how much you get in a day. I may be wrong, and I'm sorry if I am. But yes, it is. I have found it incredibly useful. And if you hang around or you come back later when I'm finished going through the first pass and we're having a go at the reports, you can see how it works. The one I've downloaded the desktop app version because on the browser one I couldn't make the font bigger, and so I was worried it was difficult for everyone to see. So I'm using the desktop version, and it works in pretty much the same way. But no, it's good. It tells me if my writing's too sticky. It yells at me when it doesn't like how many short sentences I use. It compliments me on my style occasionally, and it yells at me when my grammar's bad. So useful editorial-like things, but it sort of gives you the grain of salt itself on the main page. It says, if you don't like what we say, don't listen to us. It's software. It's not a person editing, so it'll never quite replace that, but it's still very useful, I find. Accept my own common sense without hesitation, and my hypertense body relaxes a smidgen, but I can't help it. One fingertip inches to rub my cheek. If it's not blood, what is it? I blink. Once, twice. My senses... maybe this should move down a bit. Might be better down there. Oh dear. You're too short and not creative, this app. Yep, sometimes. On the other hand, it can be a very good confidence booster if you do well on their reports. Like, I think it was the second story we did, the Firebirds one, and we got to the end, and I worked through all their suggestions, and I went back and looked at my summary report again, and I was 100% on grammar, 100% on style, 100% on spelling, and I met 100% of the writing goals, which means, technically speaking, it was a perfect piece of writing. Yeah, that was pretty funny, but it still felt pretty good. Yes, not expecting to get anywhere near that with this one because, yeah, it's just not flowing as nicely as the other ones, I don't think. Like, I know all my pieces of writing don't have to sound the same as such, and things change with scenarios and character types and contexts, but I'm just not feeling as confident with this one as I did with the previous three. Oh dear. My senses shrouded by prescient steam, I am still aware of the surrounding bathhouse, of silver taps and gleaming stone tiles, of the feature wall draped in hanging ivy its stresses are dotted with. Let's just make them tiny white. Bella blossoms, just for fun. It seems good so far. You're very, very kind. Thank you so much for saying so. I am doing my best. I'm doing my best. And I'm always happy if anyone has any thoughts or ideas or suggestions to just throw them at me. I like to consider everything because, I haven't really had very many people look at my writing in ever. Like, I sort of went through stages where, you know, I threw it at some people, but in general, I have difficulty sort of asking people if they'd like to read. Morning. Good morning, darling creative fish. I hope you slept well. Chuck suggestions at terminal velocity. Blue ducks. Blue tries to snag them as they pass, but Blue still ducks because Blue likes her head where it is. Terminal velocity does damage. Okay. My senses shrouded by prescient steam. I am still aware of the surrounding bathhouse of silver taps and gleaming stone tiles. Should it be gleaming or just slick? Silver taps and slick stone tiles. The feature wall draped in hanging ivy. Its tresses dotted with tiny white bell-like blossoms. There, that's a bit clumsy, isn't it? Dotted with tiny white. Let's just go with blossoms for now. I say aware, but it's like my awareness is on autopilot. I'm aware of the bathhouse, not unlike a trapped fly, perhaps is aware of its surroundings upon a thirsty spider's approach, as much as a trapeze artist notices anything but that. Unexpected's not the right word, but I'll leave it for now. Unexpected hole in the net as they plummet towards the ground. How do you write emotions without it being direct, like I'm angry girl or something like that? I suppose you just try to pop it in their actions or expressions or some sort of inner feeling. Like when I do irritated, I like to do, you know, some sort of prickle or stab in the guts or the chest or things like that. Or, you know, just I clench my, if you say, you know, I clench my fists, normally you don't need to say I'm angry. That's sort of implicit in the clenching of the fist. Oh, something along those lines. Or, you know, if someone's sad, you can have the voice shaking, or, you know, despair, feeling despair somewhere in their body. People, I think, tend to feel emotions in different parts of their body. I think my main character in my main magical project tends to sort of feel everything in the guts, whereas I think one of his brothers experiences most things in their chest, and another one says, you know, always experienced guilt like they swallowed it, or something like that. So you just think about the body and what's going on with the body to express different emotions. I grit my teeth, the air feels tense. Is that a good example? Yes, that works well for anger, or for you know, confrontation, things like that. Yes, sorry, I'm far from a brilliant instructor. I do not feel qualified to give much writing advice, really. Yes, I've seen a lot of people who do sort of writing-based YouTube channels. A lot of them is based around advice. I'm like, whoa, I cannot offer anyone any advice. I charged at Moon for the Blue, lifted her up and yeeted her into oblivion. Well, that could be anger, but that could also be, I don't know. I suppose that could also be happiness and was yeeted into oblivion by accident just from sheer delight. Oh dear. Oblivion is a long, long way. I hope we can stop for tea. Or orange juice. I much prefer orange juice. Sorry, I'm just seeing that playing out in an anime scene now. But now it's also accompanied by the, you know, screeched anime style line, Moon for the Blue, you jerk. And grabbed and chucked skywards, never to be seen again. Oh dear. probably turn into your chibi form as you sail into the air. Oh, that sounds nice. Chibi Blue goes sailing, and I'll assume Chibi Blue is also bouncy, so when she does eventually fall back down from oblivion, she will bounce and will hopefully be reasonably unharmed. Blue hopes. I really thought that Moon was British. I feel like she would be able to conquer the Indian subcontinent. No! No conquering of any subcontinents or any other continents. Blue is no conqueror. That would, bring no good to anyone. This question may be weird, but have you taken theatre before? I did drama for a few years in high school, and I have appeared in the grand total of one musical in the chorus. Oh dear. While I was pregnant with my small one, as a matter of fact. So not too long ago. I knew it. And I did a little, some theatre sports, which were fun, and that was back in high school as well. But, I would have performed in more musicals, but fate seemed to keep standing in my way throughout school, sadly. In my final year elementary school musical, I did in fact have a leading role, but I lost my voice 2 days before the performance. Yeah, it's weird, but I think Moon is a singer, like a theatrical singer. I try my best at theatrical singing. I do try. I'm honestly more of a chorister. I've sung in choirs a lot. And that and liking being in theatre and such, and being generally comfortable on the stage is, I suppose it's not really too much in contradiction with the fact that I'm not great with people on a sort of one-to-one or small group basis. I'm comfortable on stage, I'm not comfortable with people. And maybe that's why I've sort of taken to streaming reasonably well. I like performing. Oh, Blue, that's an anime arc. I was going to perform in one, but luckily I got switched out of that class, and also ouch, lucky on that. Leading lady loses her voice right before insane writing choice by God, really. Well, it kind of, in a small way, it worked in my favour, because I was in fact playing an old man. So losing my voice, I could still make sounds with it, I just couldn't sing. So I sounded an awful lot more like the old man part. But I couldn't sing my songs, which, they weren't matched with the character anyway. It was one of those, a musical written for children, which just had songs that weren't sort of attached to the characters, but more to the sort of setting, maybe. So I couldn't sing that, and I'm guessing the other girl who was singing it was rather pleased because she got to sing the whole song. And then grade 9 musical. Well, I was in grade 9. It was a whole school musical. But, yes, I lost my voice just before the auditions. And I did my best. I hadn't quite recovered it. This is too confusing. Oh dear, I'm sorry. But yes, lost my voice before the auditions for the musical when I was in grade 9, and I'd, maybe half recovered. But even if I hadn't, I think I picked a very poor song for the audition, so I probably still wouldn't have gotten it anyway. And the musical when I was in grade 12, I was asked at the end of the year before to play piano for it. I should have said no, because I really wanted to be in it. I should have said no, but Blue has difficulty saying no when she's asked to do things. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else could have done it, but I really wanted to be in that flippin' musical. Oh well. Oh well. But, that ship has probably sailed now so far as appearing on stage and musicals and such go. I now live somewhere where I think local theatre is an unknown term. And Blue does not really have the capacity to start things up herself, either a choir or a local theatre related thing. I just, I can barely organise myself as a streamer, let alone an entire group trying to do a performance. Hi Blue, can you build me a thermonuclear device? I promise I won't use it for evil. I don't know. It just seems like it's dangerous even having it there. I mean, what would you even use it for if you're not using it for anything evil? Yes, you may have to convince me on that one. Oh dear. We've tangented so far, but that's okay. It's fun. I should probably try to figure this out, shouldn't I? How can indoor plumbing understand enough is enough when every prince and president on the planet can't seem to get it through their thick skulls? That's still not an answer. What do you plan to use the thermonuclear device for? What is your intention in keeping such a device close at hand? Oh, dearie me. Sorry. Let's see what we can do. Well, as someone who has no context for the story, the sentence here is insane. What, the indoor plumbing one? Okay, sorry. Maybe let's just have a quick read through. It's still a little... the original version was incredibly abstract in a way that was very confusing as opposed to, artistic or poetic. So I'm trying to fill stuff in a little bit. Okay. Something cold splatters across my cheek. For a fractured heartbeat, I'm convinced it's blood. My every muscle seizes up. I'm hit. They've got me. I've been shot. You haven't been shot. In italics. I accept my own common sense without hesitation, and my hypertense body relaxes a smidgen. But I can't help it. One fingertip inches to rub, maybe just rub, at my cheek. If it's not blood, what is it? My senses shrouded by prescient steam, I'm still aware of the surrounding bathhouse, of silver taps and slick stone tiles, of the feature wall draped in hanging ivy, its tresses dotted with tiny white blossoms. I kind of want to add, something about curtains hanging over the entrance, but probably not necessary. I say aware, but it's like my awareness is on autopilot. I'm aware of the bathhouse, not unlike a trapped fly perhaps is aware of its surroundings upon a thirsty spider's approach. As much as a trapeze artist notices anything but that brand new and very large hole in their net as they plummet towards the ground. I blink. Once. Twice. Beads of salted moisture encrust the ceiling above me, and my lashes. With each dazed blink, dampness drips and trickles down my face. Condensation, I decide shakily. Not blood, just condensation. Condensation, not tears. I gasp like oxygen has been all but drained from the air as my heart jackhammers erratic in my chest. Oh no, too many asses. I'll have to fix that. As my vision intensifies, taunting me with brimstone and inevitability. I can't watch anymore. Please stop. The haze of prophecy rolls from my mind and I am released. Promptly. Mercifully. How can indoor plumbing understand enough is enough when every prince and president on the planet can't seem to get it through their thick skulls? Well, it snaps to that aware paragraph. Holy shit. Thank you. It's okay. That's new material. Most of this story I wrote 5 years ago, very poorly. But the fly and the trapeze artist, that's oh goodness, that's almost the flea and the trapeze artist. That's not from Stranger Things, but it was talked about in Stranger Things to explain the upside down, wasn't it? That wasn't intentional. Oh dear. But I suppose it could add another layer to it. Maybe I should change it to trapped flea. Just to put that little connection in there, because it's talking about apocalypse. The underground is underground. That's not right. The upside down is pretty apocalyptic. This is fun. Look, we're making all these connections. Oh dear. As someone with general anxiety, that's all extremely relatable. It's not great, is it? Oh dear, anxiety. But yes, this person has been experiencing an end days prophecy in the tub. I suppose honestly that's the best possible place you could have an end days prophecy, because at least you're in a tub. Maybe that's something that should pop up later. At least. Yes, it's making notes, stuff that I want to add later. It was nice watching. I wish you luck in your endeavours. I need to get going now. Thank you so much for dropping by. I hope you did have a lovely time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, indoor plumbing. It's gonna be big. Sorry, I've been managing to keep hidden a fair amount of the time that maybe 95% of the words that I speak are movie quotes. I think I've been hiding that most of the time. That was Hercules, by the way, if you weren't sure. Okay. So, this guy wants to get out of here in a hurry, but it's a bath. Baths are slippery. Okay. How do I do? Someone with more knowledge than me get a quote count going. I'm pretty sure I've done fairly well to this point. I couldn't help it with the indoor plumbing. It was just too good. Oh dear. I don't think we completely slip. Almost slip. Of thickened steam. I want helpless in here somewhere. Stumble in my rush to escape and almost slip. Where's the goddamn exit? Lost in a sea of thickened steam, I swing my head in every direction. I'll leave the helpless for now. I don't know. Let's see. Well, let's make this a bit of a longer sentence so the software won't yell at me too badly. Probably long enough, isn't it? This time we fall over. set an alarm to wake up and wanted to open up your stream to stay awake. I fell back asleep instead and had a weird dream when I was looking for your stream, Blue, but you went missing. Oh dear. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I caused you any such anxiety in dream worlds. Like your community page said, you completely fell off the face of the planet. Not quite. I mean, I felt like it was going to happen at some points during the last few days. I've just felt, just so awful, honestly. And I'm sorry I keep complaining about how bad I feel on streams. It's not really prime entertainment to listen to such complaints, I'm sure. But I also feel honesty is generally the best way to go. I'm not sure about, constantly pulling on a brave face and a smile when you just feel absolutely awful. But there's no real need to do that, is there? I think it's better to share than to hide, except in very specific circumstances. Maybe don't need to say tripped right here. Yeah, agreed. I'm glad. Maybe instead of saying that we tripped, just, our knees hit the stone. That's not too abrupt going from here to here. We assume that either we slipped or we tripped over something. Hopefully it's clear enough. Oops, can't see that, can you? There we go. Thrums. My face, my fall. It's I stumble in my rush to escape and almost slip. Where's the goddamn exit? Lost in a sea of thickened steam, I swing my head in every direction and choose one at random, taking 2 staggered steps. Should I be clearer about them climbing out of the bath? This is really cool to see. I was attempting to write an out-of-body panic attack-like scenario the other day, but I feel like I wasn't doing it justice. This short is a nice way to see. Nice thing to see broken down. Yeah, I'm glad if it's useful to you. Please take anything that's useful and use it. It's these things, again, better shared. It's I suppose given I can't really trust myself to give any proper writing advice, since, if I knew anything about writing, I'd probably be published by now, or at least closer than I currently am. a completed manuscript or two at the very least. But I guess I'm sort of hoping with these writing streams that, you know, seeing the process broken down a little bit could, you know, I'd hoped it would be interesting at the very least, but if it's useful, that's even better. So please, if it's useful, take whatever you need to out of these streams and apply it to your writing or your creativity. I like the idea that I can be helpful in that way. It's hard to feel useful these days. And I guess I like to be useful. Surely getting published is about sheer dogged will to confront a publishing company, not about writing skills because of the state of certain books. Yeah, you're probably right. But yeah, I still have to finish something first. And, you know, most of my novels that I'm working on just don't seem to fit with what publishing houses seem to like these days. And also it's so confusing. They seem to want authors to already have this huge following before they sign them, but they still don't really want to publish anything that's already been published online. Just how are writers supposed to gather any sort of following without sharing all of their stuff? But if they share all of their stuff, no one's going to want to publish it. It's very, very contradictory. And yes, I'm still thinking at this point I prefer to share online, and maybe one day enough people will read it to get a publisher's attention, and then they might want to publish it when they know it's, you know, when they know it's not a risk. Publishing houses don't seem to like taking risks. They much prefer safe money, it seems. Shall I say it? Shall I say it? Death to capitalism. I said it. And I know I participate in capitalism. I only do it because I kind of have to. I have a small one to feed. And myself. She said, yeah, I said it. And, you know, you can fully expect, once I eventually perhaps, you know, earn slowly a bigger audience and, you know, start putting up writing, I will eventually probably put ways for Blue to earn money, but don't worry, that won't be for a very, very long time. And Blue expects nothing. Blue is in no position to expect anything along those lines. The library said it. She did. World's most, what is it, materialistic socialist right here. Oh dear. We have not gotten very far through this, have we? I'm sorry. I need a sigh counter too. It's not really fair on me, I suppose, but who knows, maybe when I feel better the sighs will decrease in number, but somehow I doubt it. Numbness thrums ugly vibrations through my legs as I pick myself up. That's right, I wanted to put hoisting out of the water. Sunken sub? Not quite that deep. Sunken tub. haphazard. Yeah, just having this as a bit of a Russian tumble of a sentence might work. I was in the store the other day and the waiter the day falls to sigh so loud having this stranger in front of me apologise for no reason. Oh dear. It's kind of sweet of them though. This felt, you know, you're owed an apology by someone. Oh dear. Sorry. Head not quite spinning, but definitely floating. Oh dear. Thunderstorms, ugly vibration in my legs. I pick myself up. I scout my flailing limbs. Too many my's. I don't like it. Can we make the connection here that the flailing limbs are from when we fell down, or do I need to make it a bit clearer? It was sweet, yes, reminded me of some of my overly apologetic students. Oh, darling hearts. Sweet things. Just feel we need something more here to connect the flailing limbs to the falling down. You actually remind me of said student, but it's weird to think about since I'm assuming you're older than me. I assume I'm older than you too. I assume I'm older than the majority of people watching. Oh, no. Yes, I'm definitely older than most of you. Oh dear. Well, that's okay. There's lots of mature age students these days, so not too strange for students to perhaps be older than teachers on occasion. At least in university style settings. Yes, I think there's just got to be something more in here to just make sure we're 100% sure the flailing limbs are referring back to falling down. Decent. Scent. I do have non-traditional students. Had one last semester who had a full career before they went back to school. Wow, it's pretty impressive. It's, you know, it's wonderful that people can go back to school now to pursue something that they may love more than what they've been doing their whole life. But honestly, just the idea of going back to school makes me feel even iller than I currently feel. I did my time. No. Blue will consider it if it comes to that. But I just don't know what I'd study, honestly. I mean, I suppose I could, you know, pursue editing in a more career-like fashion, but I don't think I'd really enjoy it, honestly. And plus, you know, apparently companies don't hire many editors these days anyway. Oh dear, that was snarky. That was snarky. Blue got snarky then. Someone note that down. Blue got snarky. let it out, the snugginess calls to you. Oh dear. Yes, I'm not sure we're going to get through this whole one tonight, but if we can't, we'll just finish it up next week. I like your sentence length variation. Thank you. I do try. It makes things read more smoothly. If every sentence is the same length, it's just so monotonous. And I think I tend towards shorter most of the time, but I think given I've done so much writing now, it feels mostly natural that the sentence lengths vary. I don't think I'm consciously doing it most of the time. I am so sorry. I think I'm just going to have to duck away for a minute, because not only is the bathroom calling me, but my bottle of orange juice is calling to me to refill my glass. So I will be back in just a moment. Oh, here's my Be Right Back screen. Be right back. I'm so sorry. Hello, I am back. Okay. Yes, I am sorry this one is taking so long, but hi streamer, bye streamer, hi streamer. Hi. I'm back with orange juice. Hooray. Oh dear. Yes, we'll have to, once we get them out of the baths, I did have a brief discussion with the girl sort of manning the desk. And I think in the original version, it was just sort of trying to play everything off and trying to be cool and calm and offhand about it. But I think in this one, we'll make them, they were about to sort of complain. Like I said, maybe I could have them, pulling the brochure, or about to pull the brochure out of their bag and say, this is not what was advertised. But so we just need a few changes there, but we've still got to deal with this thing that we've tripped over, which I'm sure most of you will probably be able to tell is another person, because who else would be in the paths? Yeah, it's another person. It's another person. Oh dear. Just sorry. Writing. It is a thing I can occasionally do. Just does not want to happen tonight. Numbness throws ugly vibrations through my legs as I pick myself up. Just keep that as one sentence. Yeah, this person is sounding a little nasty, aren't they? That's okay. It's okay. It's good to write lots of different types of people. A bit nasty, but again, I don't think they're, a bad person as such. Or at least if they are, they want to try not to be. Evidently, upon my painful descent, my arms had windmilled and wafted enough steam to clear to see. To Hiddles? Hudles. Huddles. Hiddles is a hilarious word. I won't be taking any other opinion. Hiddles is pretty funny. Unfortunately, does not apply this one. Maybe we should start making a list of non-real words and make them into real words in a stream. We can come up with definitions for everything. Hiddles, first one on the list. I have analog list taking capacity right here. Hiddles. What is the meaning of hiddles? We will find out one time. Yeah, let's make hiddles into a real boy. Oh dear. Yes, so my typos. We must take note of my typos and we'll turn them into real boys at a later date. Face twist further when they don't react. Just put a lump again, we'll think of something else. probably should not go as far as useless sack of shit. That's too much. That's way too much. I don't think this person would waste the time in thinking useless sack of shit. Oh, hello, Sune. We almost missed this. It's okay, we're still going. Still going. Not sure I'm gonna actually finish this one tonight. We might have to make it a 2-stream event, but we will see how we go. Lump is already quite dehumanizing. It is. It's just I've already used it. So just give me a second. I will have a quick look for alternatives to lump. Lump. Synonym. Mass block. Slab. Dollop. Nugget. None of this is quite working, is it? Maybe just something as old-fashioned as oaf. They see the same thing I saw. That's doesn't quite work, did they? Let's just try to finish this little bit and then we'll read through from the beginning again. So all the lovelies who have joined since starting can have some idea of what is going on. Okay. Is the lump catatonic? I'm not sure they're quite catatonic, but they are definitely weeping, which we will get to. Maybe we should just make it clearer here that this person is crying. No, not shattered. Let's keep it simple. sure about the ordering of everything. Here we can shift stuff around. I just had a thought and I'm sorry to bring it up, but now it won't leave my head. Bring up anything, it's all good. All good. So I think our main character here is sort of struck with the urge to try to say something to help, but doesn't because, you know, what can they say, really? And I have to phrase that better than I did in the original story. Which was just, the original version is just I open my mouth and I close it again, fidgeting, mumbling, what piece can I give? Have you encountered mommy jokes yet? MILF or whatever, had the internet treat you. I don't know, I have not run into any mummy stuff yet. I mean, you know, I am given small one, but no, not in that sense. I am, I don't know. I guess I wasn't really expecting it, because because I don't expect it in real life. I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens if or when Blue gets a few more lovely people watching streams and reading stuff that I hopefully will start releasing sometime soon. You know, because I've been getting a little worried the past few weeks when I have been feeling so ill, and I'm worried that I'm associating ill feelings and just not feeling good with streaming because, you know, I'm still a new streamer, so this is what I have to go by, and I'm worrying that, you know, that'll make me not enjoy it into the future. But hopefully when I feel better, that will go to the wayside and not be a problem, because I know I do enjoy it when I do it. But, you know, thinking about it and trying to plan things while I'm feeling sick just makes everything feel awful. But I have sort of been thinking, you know, even when I got into this in the first place, and I've been planning for so long to start streaming and VTubing. Streamer not wanting to Pavlov herself. Exactly. No bells, no drooling, none of that for Blue. But, yes, just, I want to be a writer first. You know, I suppose it's the trouble that everyone creative sort of runs into now. You know, I'm a creative, I'm a writer, I'm an artist, I'm not a content creator as such. And don't really want to be a content creator as such. But there's just no real other way to share your art anymore and hope that anyone will see it. But I still can't believe you're a new streamer. You do everything so professionally. Thank you. I did spend a very, very long time planning in advance, even though I sort of threw myself in the deep end a little bit last November, deciding, you know, just the month before, I'm gonna stream NaNoWriMo. Just try to stop me, sort of thing. But yeah, I try to have things set up as well as I can, and I suppose I try to follow the example of some corporate VTubers just to sort of, what's the term? Tick all the boxes. And I suppose the more boxes are ticked in that sense, the less there is to worry about during the actual stream and such, and I can focus on writing or, you know, playing God to a bunch of exiled villagers, whatever it happens to be. Dear. But yes, the way Blue may look a year from now could be quite different if I've managed to start releasing novels. If I'm able to do that, I do want to focus as much on the novels as possible, and it may even come down to, just 1 or 2 streams a week during, the general sort of ordinary times. And when I'm releasing novels, hopefully a chapter 6 days a week or so, and then the last day I do a reading stream for them. And yes, during non-novel releasing time, it may be mostly just chatting or gaming and such. And I suppose the main streamer I should look to as an example is really Merryweather, isn't it? Because I think he only does writing streams as such very, very occasionally, and does all of his writing separately and releases all of that, and does his streaming, keeps it sort of separate. I have no idea how he manages to do all the writing he does and all the streaming he does. No clue whatsoever. But yes, I should probably look closer at the model he gives us, shouldn't I? Oh dear. Writing. That is something we are attempting to do. I shall drink orange juice first. And who knows exactly how many times I will be roused in the night by a need for the bathroom. My prediction is many, 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 many times. So much orange juice. Wow, long-term planning, something I can't do without elevating my heart rate. I know the feeling. But I did start, actively planning to start streaming probably over a year before I actually started. I didn't mean to take this long, just various things happened. I'm more worried about acid reflux, but you're a tougher library than me, maybe because I'm not a library. Well, that does make it difficult to be a tough library. But yes, this tough library is also familiar with acid reflux, so we can relate on that level as well. I had a very, very large bottle of Gaviscon on one of my shelves today. Do you have Gaviscon where you are? It's just the anti-reflux syrupy stuff. The one I had was peppermint. And oh so thick. I'm just, too thick. What? Gaviscon. Yeah, maybe it's just an Australian one. I don't know. Let me look it up. Gaviscon. Double action. Indigestion and heartburn. And yes, this is an Australian site. Gaviscon AU. Oh dear. Yes, what is Gaviscon used for? About Gaviscon. Gaviscon can be used to treat heartburn, acid reflux, and indigestion. The medicine works by forming a protective layer that floats on top of the contents of your stomach. This stops acid reflux escaping up into your food pipe. Thank you. Oh, that's a UK site, so it's at least in the UK as well. Pepto-Bismol. I will look up Gaviscon versus Pepto-Bismol. There's a Reddit page for it. Compare Gaviscon with Pepto-Bismol. Yes, they seem to be pretty much the same thing. Same thing. Oh dear. A foreign urge takes my heart. Takes my heart, my lips twitch. I want to say something. Maybe do that here. needs to be something more here. Playing around a bit, seeing what could work. I mean, maybe today we should just focus on trying to get the whole thing out, and next time maybe we can sit back and relax as the software yells at me, and we can make it better next week. That may work. Let's just try to get it all down, and we'll read through it, and then we'll leave the actual editing until next week. And if I'm feeling horrible next week as well, hopefully, that'll make it a slightly easier Saturday stream. I'll be changing up days again this week. I'm so sorry. Might wind up being Tuesday and Thursday, maybe. I'll make the final decision tomorrow. And again, the days are just changing depending on personal commitments that hopefully will solidify in the nearest future, and so hopefully the days will become solid. Are we back to phase states again? How do we keep coming back to phase states? Our person being fairly hard on themselves here too. Something about the way you talked about your schedule change. Me back in the meeting room. Told me to forward you the minutes spam. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not a good place to send you back to. No minutes required. All good. No minutes required. Oh dear. No, Blue has never run a meeting, and for good reason. Blue is not a fan of meetings. You know, a lot of strange things tend to affect me and get weird reactions. Main one being like overhearing business talk in coffee shops. I can't stand it. It makes me twitch so badly. Just, it's just like everything you're talking about, it just sounds like it shouldn't be real. It's just, why is any of this real? Like, who is really drawing any pleasure from this? Oh dear. Juice me. I suppose the other big question for this evening is how many teaspoons of Nutella am I going to sneak before going to bed? Probably should not be many. I do feel better in the process of actually eating the Nutella, but then, a few minutes later I just feel so much worse. And it's like that with pretty much everything I'm eating at the moment. Meanwhile, many of my friends, probably in the workplace and the NDAs for one reason or another, makes catching up funny. Oh dear. So we can't actually talk about anything, but let's just enjoy being in each other's company talking about nothing. I suppose, really close friends are really good for talking about nothing with teaspoons, tablespoons, serving spoons. I try to stick to teaspoons as best I can. I do my best. Just teaspoons. It's, you know, a tablespoon of Nutella is a really bad day. But, you know, I'd been good. I hadn't bought a jar in ages and ages and ages, but, you know, last time I was at the supermarket, I just felt so awful. It was just like, yep, I'm getting the Nutella. Ladle! No! I don't think my ladle would even fit in the jar. Oh, I suppose I do have a silicone one. That could work. Hover and fidget and okay, so we're about to get out of the bathroom at the very least. We'll have made it out of the bathroom. Hopefully we'll get there. We can do it. We can do it. Okay, so let's get them out of there. Well, at the very least, they're not... main character isn't calling this person a lump anymore. Just been saying there and them and not identifying by name or anything else. If I say them, will we... let's just say the person collapsed, kneeling, slumped. How are they? How are they on the floor? In the original they were kneeling. At the moment I've just got huddled, don't I? Oh god, scene blocking. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Where am I? We need to bring that verse of conditioning back for your apologies. Look, I didn't say sorry for that. Hooray. Slumped body makes it sound dead. So, slumped form may be better. Nice, I know, I did so well, didn't I? So very well. So very well indeed. I'll keep it as body. Okay, so... I believe we're going to mostly skip the change rooms and scene jump in the next paragraph to coming out of the change rooms. So let's just read through what we got. Oh dear, this is going to need so much work next week. We're doing our best. We're doing our best. Something cold splatters across my cheek. For a fractured heartbeat, I'm convinced it's blood. So we all sort of know we got confused with thinking it's blood or being shot because they're currently in the grips of apocalyptic visions. I hope that's clear. If it's not clear, let me know, please, and I will do my best to clear it up. Something cold splatters across my cheek. For a fractured heartbeat, I'm convinced it's blood. My every muscle seizes up. I'm hit. They got me. I've been shot. You haven't been shot. I accept my own common sense without hesitation, and my hypertense body relaxes a smidgen. But I can't help it. One fingertip inches to rub at my cheek. If it's not blood, what is it? My senses shrouded by prescient steam, I am still aware of the surrounding bathhouse, of silver taps and slick stone tiles, of the feature wall, draped in hanging ivy, its tresses dotted with tiny white blossoms. I figure I need to say something peaceful here. Let's just call them peace blossoms, just to be cute. The feature wall draped in hanging ivy, its tresses dotted with tiny white peace blossoms. I say aware, but it's like my awareness is on autopilot. I'm aware of the bathhouse, not unlike a trapped flea perhaps is aware of its surroundings upon a thirsty spider's approach, as much as a trapeze artist notices anything but that brand new and very large hole in their net as they plummet towards the ground. I blink. I like the once and twice, but probably not necessary here, is it? I blink. Beads of salt and moisture encrust the ceiling above me and my lashes. With each dazed blink, dampness drips and trickles down my face. Condensation, I decide shakily. Not blood, just condensation. Maybe go here instead of condensation. Yeah, just not blood and not tears, that might work. I gasp like oxygen has been all but drained from the air as my heart jackhammers erratic in my chest. Oh, that's right, we've got two asses here, don't we? Yeah. I gasp like oxygen has been all but drained from the air as my heart jackhammers. Let's just break it up here, maybe. I may wind up changing this next week, but let's just keep it for now. I gasp like oxygen has been all but drained from the air. My heart jackhammers erratic in my chest. I don't like having my and mine. Let's just cut the in my chest. My heart jackhammers erratic as my vision intensifies, taunting me with brimstone inevitability. I can't watch anymore. Please stop. The haze of prophecy rolls through my mind and I am released. Promptly. Mercifully. How can indoor plumbing understand enough is enough when every prince and president on the planet can't seem to get it through their thick skulls? My arms trembling, I hoist myself from the sunken tub, slipping and sliding to my feet, stumbling in my rush to escape. Where's the goddamn exit? Lost in a sea of thickened steam, I swing my head in every direction and choose one at random, taking 2 staggered steps. My knees crack into stone. Damn it! Numbness thrums ugly vibrations through my legs as I pick myself up and scowl. Evidently, upon my painful descent, my arms had windmilled and wafted enough steam clear to prove what I already suspected. A human lump huddles at my feet, the source of my fall. My face twists further when they don't react. This oaf almost puts me on a pension and they don't even deign to look at me. What in hell are they? A sob breaks from their chest. My face drains, not only of warm bathhouse flush, but indignation. They're not huddled in my way. They're huddled, weeping. Let's add something a bit more obvious there. That makes it very obvious. This is probably too much, but I'll look at it again later. My face drains, not only of warm bathhouse flush, but indignation. They're not huddled in my way. They're huddled, weeping. Huddled and weeping like the world is ending. Wait, did they see what I saw? Let's shift this. down here. And just need a stop or freeze, or I realize. With a jolt, I realize they're not huddled in my way. They're huddled and weeping like the world is ending. Wait, did they see what I saw? My face drains, not only a warm bathhouse flush, but indignation. A foreign urge takes my heart. I want to say something to them. Any other moment, I'd have been surprised. Passive. No, not passive. Maybe it's clear enough saying a foreign urge takes my heart, so we don't really need to say any other moment I'd be surprised. Probably not necessary. Okay, my face drains, not only of warm bathhouse flush, but of indignation. A foreign urge takes my heart. I want to say something to them. My lips twitch over comforts. Uncertain comforts. Then they open. And they close again. Just as fast, muting my few pathetic mumbles as I hover and fidget. And decide against offering any peace. After all, what peace can I give? I edge past their slumped body, praying they don't hear the muted slap of my toes on damp stone as I leave them to weep. Okay, so we're jumping out to the counter outside. Okay, so girl at the counter, probably service counter, try to make it clearer. Yes, I did choose Sylvia Plath for a reason. For the longest time I had a sort of a postcard on my fridge with a quote from her, something along the lines of, I'm sure there are many problems in the world that a hot bath won't fix, but I don't know any of them. So I thought having her mentioned in the bath time short story would work quite well. Could she been apologising again? Only a little bit. Just a little bit, I promise. Not enough to warrant any sort of, tallying or note-taking or anything. The girl at the service counter lowers a Sylvia Plath novel. What the library said for now. Change rooms is 2 words. Sorry about that. I was apologising to the software then. That doesn't count. Doesn't count. It doesn't count. It doesn't count, does it? Hold on. Sparkle? Sparkle? The girl at the service counter low as a Sylvia Plath novel as I emerged from the change rooms. I'm changing things up a bit here from the original. Sylvia Plath sounds like a sci-fi character's name. No, she's the, she wrote The Bell Jar. God, the library's sparkling. Just a little, I can sparkle on occasion. I don't normally remember to use these expressions, but I do have a couple. Like here we're sparkling, blue is sparkling, yay. And blue got smaller. That was not intentional. Blue can also cry. Oh no, blue is so very sad. So very sad. Okay, you can stop crying now. What else can blue do? We can that. And we can that. And this is tired. And this is my glazed eyes. I had these ones on the whole time we were doing the typing stream. And this is just, I think, just more worried than usual. That's all of them. Those are Blue's expressions. The face she'll make when she has to exercise. I believe it's that one. Oh dear. The sad one. Oh dear. The girl at the service counter lowers a Sylvia Plath novel as I emerge from the change rooms. Much better. I find it hilarious that when the library was made, it was presumed a crying expression was necessary. This brings soon a pleasure. Sadistic chat is indeed sadistic. But, you know, Blue doesn't mind. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Oh, big yawn. Okay, so I think the way I want it to work here is that we've got, you know, our bag over our shoulder maybe, and we grab out a bank card to swipe to pay for the bath. Although normally you pay in advance for at onsen, don't you? So maybe I'll skip that part. Just assume already paid. There's one. Huh? There's one what? Did I miss something? Yeah, knowing me, I definitely missed something. Sorry, I don't remember a sorry. I'll assume you're correct, but I don't remember it happening. But yes, I will definitely assume you're correct there. I know, but when you yawn, it's polite to excuse yourself and apologize, isn't it? Like, there's a reason to apologize for that. Plus, you know, that one's baked in. There's nothing we can really do about that one. Well, I'll do my best to say excuse me instead of sorry then. I excuse myself, I don't apologize. Okay, I will try to excuse myself and not apologize for it. Maybe let's just have him pay now, just so we've got something to do. just refusing, but unable's probably enough. Hi, I'm back. Hello, Elfie. We are still going. At this point, I'm just going to do my best to finish up getting everything down, and we'll work on this one again next week, I think, with the writing software to pull it all together, to make things a bit kinder on me. Hi, back. I'm Creative Dad. Hi. Oh dear. Stretchy stretch. And that was a solid spinal crack right there. Okay. The surface counter low as the Sylvia Plath novel as I emerge from the change rooms. I juggle my wallet from my bag, unable to look her in the eyes. Yeah. Don't like all the I. I suppose it's difficult when it's first person, but... Sorry, just flicking through chat while typing. I will not interrupt you. To go with Pam. I'd automatically say brochures, but I think pamphlets might be more universally understood. Am I right? Sorry detected. I repeat, sorry detected. Oh no. What's he used where I am? Okay, pamphlet and brochure. I mean, so long as I say tourist pamphlets, it should work. But we'll see. Sorry. Whoops. I hope you'll permit me that one, given I was half choking. Yeah, dry coughs. Not fun. Orange juice. Sorry, Blue, you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Just something caught where it should not catch. Yeah, yeah. Yes, I'm fine. I am fine. Thank you for asking. Oh dear. What? Explaining? I think that was just my my brief coughing fit there, that's all. Oh, Elfie, don't worry with the story. It shouldn't take long to finish this up. And then we'll read through it, and then we'll probably call it a stream and, yes, attack it next Saturday. Oh dear. Ooh, speaking of sudden bodily reactions, I once got scared of my own sneeze, so once I sneezed and immediately screamed in public. That sounds like a fun character trait. To just, startle themselves with their own sneezes so badly they just scream randomly in public and have to sort of, think of, either apologize profusely or just think of increasingly inventive reasons to explain the scream away. Attack it with a hammer. Editing hammer. Hopefully a unique magic system. Well, I'm hoping I'm not sure, have prophetic baths been done before? I don't know. So hopefully unique to an extent, at least. That would be nice. If you say sneezing hurts you deeply, people will feel bad enough to leave you screaming alone. I guess so, yeah. That'll probably do it. What should she use as a page marker? Be a business card. I hate screaming, to be honest, and I do theatre. Oh dear. Screams then do indeed come with the territory. I'd love it if I could find anywhere I could practice doing full-on anime screams. I would love to be able to pull one of those off, but I don't really have anywhere I can practice. Got a place that rents karaoke rooms? Unfortunately not. No. Potential goal. Well, I am a fan of voice acting. And I'm not too bad at character style voices, really. As in, my two big ones are Jar Jar Binks and Gollum. Blue, are you in the middle of nowhere? Not quite, sadly. I'm in it's a small town. So not quite middle of nowhere. But yes, I like to do voices. But again, Blue has trouble with things that she doesn't understand, so she doesn't know how to get into any situation where she could have fun doing voices, you know, for profit. Jar Jar and Golem are crazy pulls. That means I need to do them now, doesn't it? I don't think Jar Jar's as good as it used to be, but he's so annoying. But I liked him so much when he came out. I didn't understand why people didn't like him. I used to have that whole flippin' Star Wars movie memorized, but I can't remember what he says. Just the
Musical Jar Jar Binks, Mr. Your humble servants.
Do you have a closet you can sit stand in? Sadly, again, no, not really. Sorry, stab instead of stand. Yes, that's a important distinction, that one. And Golem, I suppose it'll have to be stupid fat hobbits, won't it? I might move back slightly from the microphone.
Stupid fat hobbits is ruining nice fish. Give it to us raw and wriggling. You keep nasty chips.
That's fun. But would kill my voice if I did it for very long. Oh dear. This used to be a fun gig. That was pretty good. Can't believe Jar Jar and Golem are fighting. The girlies are fighting. You know, I know it's not perfect, but I try. It's not too bad. But I'm definitely no Andy Serkis. Oh. Places. A business card. That Golem was hauntingly beautiful. It's alright. Sorry. Oh, I like doing character voices. It's fun. But yes, again, never came across many stage opportunities really. Is it because, you know, I didn't really think to look for them because I, you know, at school was busy studying because that's what you're supposed to do at school, apparently. Can someone clean out the cobwebs from the library? Yeah, I'll work on it before next week. Let me shift this down here. Coughing with the cobwebs, I think I was referring to. No, I know you meant that. I know you meant that, and I was referring to I will try to cough less next week, I guess. Or something along those lines. You're gonna work on your automatic bodily functions. What's next? We'll start requesting specific heart rates from you. So it's too controversial to call. Oh dear. Yes, I will work on my automatic bodily functions. Water wet, but how about blood? Oh no. Oh no. Blood is wet, isn't it? Blood is wet. I think blood is wet. In the way I write blood, you know, it splatters, it drips, there's all sorts of wet characteristics. I hope the main character saying it along these lines, already headed deep into conversational waters, sort of gets the idea that, you know, we do not want to be in these conversational waters. It's thicker than water, that's for sure. I think blood is wet. Blood has to be wet because it's water plus other stuff, and water must make the other stuff wet. Oh dear. But then there's hydrophobic water? Is there hydrophobic water? Oh dear. You have Blue's head spinning over here. Okay. Oh dear. Maybe. That's right, I wanted to have the, you know, at least if you're seeing doomsday stuff, the bath is the best place for it. Getting a lot of conversation suddenly, aren't we? I suppose people are allowed to be talkative, and if hardly anyone comes there anymore and they all leave depressed, you know, get what you can. Okay. Okay, well that's the whole story I got. So let's just read it through. They leave where depressed? Everyone leaves the baths depressed now because, you know, they're only giving apocalyptic visions. I'm guessing they used to give, you know, more fun prophecies. suppose I don't really say that they used to be fun prophecies, but in her saying this used to be a fun gig, but no one comes here anymore. And they've been all doomsday for a while, so they used to not be all doomsday. Oh, it's a storyline. I thought you were making conversation. The dark conversation line. Indeed. So, I've got most of the story down. I might just read it through and then call it a night, and we will attack it with editing hammers next week. That may turn out to be what happens more and more often, particularly once I start more writing them from scratch-ish or from notes on a stream. I think stretching it over 2 might make things a little easier for this library, which I hope you won't mind. Okay, let's just read through this. And remember, this will not be the final form. We'll work on it again. Next week. Something cold splatters across my cheek. For a fractured heartbeat, I'm convinced it's blood. My every muscle seizes up. I'm hit. They got me. I've been shot. You haven't been shot. I accept my own common sense without hesitation, and my hypertense body relaxes a smidgen, but I can't help it. One fingertip inches to rub at my cheek. If it's not blood, what is it? My senses shrouded by prescient steam, I am still aware of the surrounding bathhouse, of silver taps and slick stone tiles, of the feature wall draped in hanging ivy, its tresses dotted with tiny white peace blossoms. I say aware, but it's like my awareness is on autopilot. I'm aware of the bathhouse, not unlike a trapped flea, perhaps, is aware of its surroundings upon a thirsty spider's approach. As much as a trapeze artist notices anything but that brand new and very large hole in their net as they plummet towards the ground. I blink. Beads of salted moisture encrust the ceiling above me and my lashes. With each dazed blink, dampness drips and trickles down my face. Condensation, I decide, shakily. Not blood, just condensation. Not blood, and not tears. I gasp like oxygen has been all but drained from the air. My heart jackhammers erratic as my vision intensifies, taunting me with brimstone and inevitability. I can't watch anymore. Please stop. The haze of prophecy rolls from my mind, and I am released, promptly, mercifully. How can indoor plumbing understand enough is enough when every prince and president on the planet can't seem to get it through their thick skulls? Welcome back. My arms trembling, I hoist myself from the sunken tub, slipping and sliding to my feet. Maybe for purchase? If I spell purchase the right way. Or to my feet, that's more direct, I guess. Was the water wet? Yes. My arms trembling, I hoist myself from the sunken tub, slipping and sliding to my feet, stumbling in my rush to escape. Where's the goddamn exit? Lost in a sea of thickened steam, I swing my head in every direction and choose one at random, taking 2 staggered steps. My knees crack into stone. Damn it! Numbness thrums ugly vibrations through my legs as I pick myself up and scowl. Evidently, upon my painful descent, my arms had windmilled and wafted enough steam clear to prove what I already suspected. A human lump huddles at my feet, the source of my fall. My face twists further when they don't react. This oaf almost puts me on a pension. They don't even deign to look at me. What in hell are they? A sob breaks from their chest. With a jolt, I realize they're not huddled in my way. They're huddled and weeping like the world is ending. Wait, did they see what I saw? My face drains, not only of warm bathhouse flush, but of indignation. A foreign urge takes my heart. I want to say something to them. Maybe make that a question. I want to say something to them. My lips twitch over uncertain comforts. Then they open. And they close again just as fast, muting my few pathetic mumbles as I hover and fidget and decide against offering any peace. After all, what peace can I give? I edge past their slumped body, praying they don't hear the muted slap of my toes on damp stone. as I leave them to weep. Whetstone, as I leave them to weep. How'd it go? The girl at the service counter lowers a Sylvia Plath novel as I emerge from the change rooms. I juggle my wallet from my bag. Unable to look her in the eye, I swipe my bank card and shrug. Predict anything good? Something irritated tweaks in my chest. Rummaging in my bag, I wad up a handful of local tourist pamphlets and yank them free. Yeah, the girl winces before I can even start my complaint spiel. Not as advertised, and 1 out of 5 stars would have featured heavily. They've been all doomsday for a while, not exactly easy viewing. But I guess if you're going to be having apocalyptic visions, what better place than the bath? This used to be a fun gig, you know? The girl places a business card between her pages and sighs, already headed deep into conversational waters. But no one comes here anymore, and everyone who does leaves depressed. How is the water? She asks me tentatively as I turn to flee both her and the baths. Warm enough? Who gives a... I bite my tongue. What piece can I give? That. No. I can give her this. Just lovely. Thanks. Oh dear. I just realised your alliteration in that Prince President Planet line. Nice. Lies, you're the liar. Oh dear. Oh my god, the timeline is converging into a depressing singularity. Oh dear. I suppose my main concern with this is, does it make sense? Do you sort of know what's going on? Is it clear enough that these are baths that can give, you know, visions and prophecies? But for a while now, they've only been giving apocalyptic ones because everything's that bad in the world. And just... You know, the original version was just 100 words, so it was barely understandable, and this is now just over 700. By the end of it, yes. Okay, that's something at least. That's something at least. But yes, the editing hammers will come out next week. Be right back. Okay, see you in a sec. We'll be finishing up very soon. I like dark conversations, especially when the characters are trying to avoid the dark topics. Need to make some calls. Okay. Enjoy your calls? Can these calls be enjoyed, or are they just, like, unavoidable? Can tell an out-of-body experience is happening, but I can't tell what the experience is until you explicitly say prophecy in the beginning third. Okay. And you don't think that that's too much of an impediment when reading? It still sort of reads okay? But I think the confusion of the audience is good. Okay. Oh dear, I'm just amazed we actually managed to get this far. Because I think the hour before going to stream, I was still desperately trying to think of anything else I could do for the stream, and just starting to despair, realizing there is nothing else. I've got to do this. Oh dear, the message is the medium. Okay. Well, I will do my best not to look at this at all during the week, so it'll be vaguely fresh eyes next Saturday. And so next Saturday I'll probably read through it first and try to give it a few tweaks, and then we'll break out the grammar reports and such and see what they have to say. So that means next week's Saturday stream might be a little shorter than usual, but hopefully no one will mind, so long as we get it pulled together nicely. And also, if you think of anything random that you think could work well in this story, please throw it into the comments during the week, and I will have them open when I'm working on this next Saturday, and we can see what we can do. Like any random thoughts to improve the dialogue or to get more of main character's personality across. There's oh my god, the charts and numbers. I think Blue is missing something. but given we've been going for almost 3 hours, I'd say that's understandable, hopefully. Oh, ProWritingAid breakdown. Yes, the charts and numbers, they will happen next week. But yes, we'll go through it ourselves first, one more time. But yes, if you have any interesting thoughts or takes at all, please throw them in the comments and we shall consider them all next week. As I don't like charts and numbers, especially numbers. Understandable. Indeed understandable. I like it when my percentage is 100% in style in particular. I like the software telling me they like my writing style. Blue needs the confidence boost on occasions. Oh dear. Sorry. I'm really starting to feel this. Getting the main character's personality through the haze of panic without weakening the panic would be hard. How is that determined? The style one. It's as long as they don't go against any of their style rules, I guess. I'll have a better look next week. Oh hey, a novelist. You showed up on my YouTube recommends. Hello! I do my best to novel, but at the moment we're trying to short. Attempting some flashy fiction here. Oh dear, maybe we'll go through it one more time. I wrote the bones of this one about 5 years ago. I'm doing my best to pull it together here and make it much better because it was really bad 5 years ago. But yeah, at least we got through it tonight, and we will go through it again next Saturday and start paying attention to the ProWritingAid reports. But let's just read through it. Welcome, Malcolm, by the way. It's so lovely to see you. You are so very welcome here. Flash fiction, not to be confused with slash fiction. I'm sure I could get behind a bit of slash fiction. A lot of my the shorts that I wrote about 10 years ago that we may wind up using in this, they get pretty dark. I remember there's a death reality game show, a death reality baking game show. That's in one of them. So yeah, that's fun. Welcome to the Library in Human Skin stream. I am here. I am at the other type of slash fiction. Oh, that kind of slash fiction. That's not where my brain went at all. I went immediately to violence. Straight to violence. But yes, hopefully I will this year start releasing my novels. But for the moment we are playing with short stories on stream. Also occasionally do gaming and other random stuff. Okay, might as well read through this another time. What's your sexuality? Blue, blood and gore. Violence. Well, yeah. You haven't... Yeah, no one's read any of my novel stuff yet. It's... particularly the main magical project, a lot of it's meant to be lighthearted and fun, but alien monster, magical people fights. There's blood and guts and gore. Just a lot of action and passion as well. That's it, to be honest. Blood and gore and violence. We love it. So long as it's in fiction. Fictional blood and gore and violence is great. Just in fiction. Okay. Should we just read through one more time for the lovelies who have just joined us, and then I'm probably going to have to call it a stream. I've been at it for almost 3 hours now. And Blue is getting a little tired. Okay. And yes, feel free to be, critical, but in, what's the word I'm after? What's the word that makes critique nice and useful that I've forgotten what it is? First match of Blues will be a shirt that says blood and gore and violence with Blue's innocent face. The way your eyes look unclosed is really neat. I've never seen that before. I had someone truly lovely, both do the live 2D and the rigging here, and they did a wonderful job. Constructive criticism, that's what I'm after. Thank you. Well, there's a reason my book is about a broke assassin. Broke assassin, that really sounds like a good opening to a story. That's great. Yes, constructive criticism. Thank you. My brain stopped working. Okay, we shall read through, so long as people don't mind, one more time, just so we can all see what we've been working on. Not to be confused with destructive witticisms. Let's not do that. Okay, 3 hours. We've been going for 3 hours. We'll read it one more time, and then Blue's gotta sleep. I might even skip the cleansing tonight. Blue's just gotta sleep. Okay. So yes, constructive criticism, very, very welcome. And any thoughts, ideas, anything, and we can pull it apart again next week and improve it. But yes, I think I am just mostly wanting people to, I want them to enjoy the story, but I do want them to know what's going on, because, yeah, the problem with the original was that it was way too abstract. Okay, one more time. Also, if anyone thinks of any titles besides Prophetic Baths, let me know. Something cold splatters across my cheek. For a fractured heartbeat, I'm convinced it's blood. My every muscle seizes up. I'm hit. They got me. I've been shot. You haven't been shot. I accept my own common sense without hesitation, and my hypertense body relaxes a smidgen. But I can't help it. One fingertip inches to rub at my cheek. I should probably say damp cheek. If it's not blood, what is it? My senses shrouded by prescient steam, I am still aware of the surrounding bathhouse, of silver taps and slick stone tiles, with the feature wall draped in hanging ivy, its tresses dotted with tiny white peace blossoms. I say aware, but it's like my awareness is on autopilot. I'm aware of the bathhouse, not unlike a trapped flea perhaps is aware of its surroundings upon a thirsty spider's approach. As much as a trapeze artist notices anything but that brand new and very large hole in their net as they plummet towards the ground. I blink. Beads of salted moisture encrust the ceiling above me, and my lashes. With each dazed blink, dampness drips and trickles down my face. Condensation, I decide, shakily. Not blood, just condensation. Not blood, and not tears. I gasp like oxygen has been all but drained from the air. My heart jackhammers erratic as my vision intensifies, taunting me with brimstone and inevitability. I can't watch anymore. Please, stop. The haze of prophecy rolls from my mind and I am released. Promptly. Mercifully. How can indoor plumbing understand enough is enough when every prince and president on the planet can't seem to get it through their thick skulls? My arms trembling, I hoist myself from the sunken tub, slipping and sliding to my feet, stumbling in my rush to escape. Where's the goddamn exit? Lost in a sea of thickened steam, I swing my head in every direction and choose one at random, taking 2 staggered steps. My knees crack into stone. Damn it! Numbness thrums ugly vibrations through my legs as I pick myself up and scowl. Evidently, upon my painful descent, my arms had windmilled and wafted enough steam clear to prove what I already suspected. A human lump huddles at my feet, the source of my fall. My face twists further when they don't react. This oaf almost puts me on a pension, and they don't even deign to look at me? What in hell are they? A sob breaks from their chest. With a jolt, I realize they're not huddled in my way. They're huddled and weeping like the world is ending. Wait, did they see what I saw? My face strains, not only of warm bathhouse flush, but of indignation. I might make that one sentence. And a foreign urge takes my heart. I want to say something to them. My lips twitch over uncertain comforts. Then they open. And they close again just as fast, muting my few pathetic mumbles as I hover and fidget and decide against offering any peace. After all, what peace can I give? I edge past their slumped body, praying they don't hear the muted slap of my toes on wet stone as I leave them to weep. How'd it go? The girl at the service counter lowers a Sylvia Plath novel as I emerge from the change rooms. I juggle my wallet from my bag. Unable to look her in the eye, I swipe my bank card and shrug. Predict anything good? Something irritated tweaks in my chest. Rummaging in my bag, I wad up a handful of local tourist pamphlets and yank them free. Yeah. The girl winces before I can even start my complaint spiel. Not as advertised, and 1 out of 5 stars would have featured heavily. They've been all doomsday for a while. Not exactly easy viewing. But I guess if you're going to be having apocalyptic visions, what better place than the bath? This used to be a fun gig, you know? The girl places a business card between her pages and sighs, already headed deep into conversational waters. But no one comes here anymore, and everyone who does leaves depressed. How is the water? She asks me, tentatively, as I turn to flee both her and the baths. Warm enough? Who gives up? I bite my tongue. What piece can I give? I can give her this. Just lovely. Thanks. Oh dear. Sorry. I hear bard when you say bath. You're not saying prophetic bards, right? No, prophetic bards would be something completely different, but also fun. The meaning of jackhammers is a bit vague to me. Okay. Well, just hammers on its own would work. I like using jackhammer occasionally. I think it's just it's that the big tool with sort of the drill at the bottom that goes up and down really fast and sort of used on to rip up roads, I think. But if that's a bit confusing, let's just make it hammers. I cannot hear the difference between you saying baths and bards. Baths? Bards. I can hear the difference. Baths? Bards. Australians don't really overpronounce R's. That might be what's going on. Or, when I do pronounce them, it's accidentally leading into more of a North American style accent. Where is the jackhammer? We'll just stick with hammers for now. Might make it a bit easier. Okay, so yes, if you have any random thoughts about the story, please throw them in the comments and all shall be considered. And we will work on this one again next week. So we'll go over it again. Hopefully that won't be too boring. Thank you for being patient with me today and in advance next week. And we will talk to the writing software next week as well to pull us all together. I hear an R when you say baths, and your R in baths isn't very strong. It converges into one sound. You can probably just hear the R because the A sound. Bath is really hard for me to say. I have to be really concentrating on doing that accent. It's bath. I suppose it does sound like B-A-R-T-H a little, doesn't it? I'll use that for conlanging stuff. Oh dear. I do love hearing about the conlanging and the world building and everything, but it makes me feel a little bit insignificant and not particularly intelligent because I don't usually do much of that, really. I love world building, but I tend to thread it around the story and characters. For me, it's always the story and characters that take precedence over the world building, and we just use the world to highlight them as much as possible. Isn't characteristic of the Aussie accent the addition of the R at the end of long vowel sounds? The classic nah from probably. But, I don't really notice because that is my accent. But feel free to take notes. Notes. Is there an R in my notes? Notes. Frog. We need more vowels. Many vowels. Okay, we should probably end this. End the stream. Just the stream. Oh dear. Just wondering whether the being shot stuff is too much, because we don't say anything about actually being shot in the apocalypse visions, but just assume nasty stuff like that's going on. But we can think about that more next week. You don't need to Konglang, it's just a bonus with very little reward when writing English in any natural language. Time to end it all being the stream. Indeed. Indeed. This stream is all. Existence shall cease existing once I hit end stream, so I hope you are all prepared. Net lang equals natural language. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, you and Crater Fish, you are indeed giving me a crisis. No, I don't. It's hard to notice what your accent is doing when you've just sort of always had the accent. Just, this is how I speak. Yeah, we established that we stop existing when you stop streaming. We did. That has been established. So, yes, I'm not entirely certain of the days I'll be streaming next week. Possibly Tuesday and Thursday. But not yet 100% sure. But I will do my best to have a schedule out tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, Monday. Sometime soon. But we know at least next Saturday we'll be attacking this one again. So I'll have to think of how to do a matching thumbnail. Maybe just something like Blue hasn't finished in the bath yet. I don't know. Friends from neighbouring states make fun of my accent when I thought I had a neutral East Coast accent, but hey. Aren't we all fictional too, and Blue is already asleep? Yeah. Probably. Maybe attack formation. Oh, my very goodness me. Sorry, tired. So, let me just find my lyrics and we will sing our farewells. Lyrics. I still have it open on Gaviscon versus Pepto-Bismol. That's fine. I did not forget our song this week. Burp Attack. Okay. So yes, thank you so very much for writing with me today. It always means a lot how patient and helpful you are towards me. And it is a lovely thing, so thank you so much. And wherever I'm a fish, actually, crate of them. You are indeed a crate of fish. That's probably, once I eventually make the Discord server, that'll probably be our icon. Crate of fish. And fish. Whole crate of them. Yes. Also, we'll probably be banished again first stream of next week, whether it's Monday or Tuesday. Because I like it, but I am worried it may be a bit boring for people, so if people need it spiced up a bit, let me know and we'll turn it on 10 times the speed and watch the people fly. We were helpful, absurd. I was aiming to pull you on useless tangents. Then what is an elfie? An elfie is an elfie. Why are you being excommunicated? There's no excommunication happening here. At least, not that I'm aware of. But we're on a tangent again. Curse you and your evil tangents. Okay. Where was I in my goodbye spiel? Oh yes, and wherever you are in the world. Good night to you, good evening, good afternoon, or good morning. We're being banished? No banishing. Oh, right, yeah, that. You're confusing, Blue. Blue is easily confused, but remembering it is now almost 1:15 in the morning for Blue, and Blue was up very early today, or yesterday. What is excommunicated? Oh dear, sort of rudely and violently ejected from usually a religion, but I'd say from any sort of society. Ooh, I really appreciate today's stream. I'm glad everyone is getting something out of it. I suppose that's still a little amazing to me. That it is pleasant or useful or anything along those lines. So thank you. Blue is wrangling cats at the current moment. One of those cats is her own brain. And yes, I think you spelt it right, Elfie. Yes. Thank you for making Saturday morning brighter. You were so very welcome. You were all so very welcome. And I hope the rest of your days are absolutely lovely. You learn something new every day if you're living life the right way. Indeed. Indeed. So Blue is probably not living the right way at the moment. I need to learn more, but my head just sort of balks these days at trying to fill up with anything because it's already so full of random movie quotes and my own stories that I haven't been able to finish yet. It's running out of space. It's crowded. I think that's one of the main reasons I need to finish writing these novels, is to clear some space up there. That would be nice. Yes, and I hope the rest of your days are absolutely lovely, because that's what you deserve, and I hope we're getting closer to remembering that. You learned that crater fishes crater fish, indeed. Get cloud storage, indeed. I'm like, no, you said books. I heard books. One of them is instantly funnier. Yes, of course, Borks is funnier. But you have no idea which one I said then, did you? Okay, let's sing goodbye before I sort of collapse from combined feeling ill and tiredness. I'm fine, don't worry, I'm fine. I promise. Okay. Let's see if I can sing this without cracking today. For the money that here I had, I have spent it in good company. Oh, and all the harm I've ever done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit to memory now, I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be to you all. Sings along, sways like stick on beat. Blue, I'm fine. Also Blue, seconds later coughs. Yeah, that's me. And I will see you all next time. Until next time. Bye bye. Bye bye.